Hello, I want to read Karl Marx. Man hat gesehen, in denen eine Ware A, die Leinwand, ihren Wert und Gebrauchswert einer verschiedenen Ware B, dem Rock, ausdrückt, drückt sie letzterer selbst eine eigentümliche Wertform auf, die des Äquivalents. And he talks about how products are in its value equivalent. And I want to discuss the following topic with you because I think there is there are problems involved in that. I think capitalism is a society where the winners takes it all, and some are more privileged than others, and there is an upside in that, the upside of allocation. And the main problem of Karl Marx might be that we have an allocation problem. That if we put a doctor or something like that into a fabric, this is not a good idea because we have to allocate the talents based on their on their capabilities, and there is no scientific basis how to do this except of IQ. You can do it with IQ. You can say there is an IQ difference, and based on the IQ difference, we can we can um, we can allocate people. But the problem might be that allocating people based on IQ is an imperfect way because of the because there is a more nuanced way how to do it. Nuance is an important word. I argue that words are words matter, and some words are more important than others. And based on that, you can understand reality because you understand nuance, for example, is an important word because it has meaning in different layers to understand the hidden nature of reality or to give opinions. And opinions are important because they matter because it's another way to understand reality based on an own perspective that is of the scientific outside of the scientific basic. And the scientific basic matters because we live in an age where where the science matters, and before that we lived in an age where art matters, and I don't understand how art could matter this much. Maybe because we didn't had entertainment possibilities, and we didn't have the internet, and the internet might be important for a more nuanced way of thinking. And this is how to form opinions and how to form a scientific, how to live in a scientific world based on science. Because you have access to science, and in the past they couldn't have access except of books, for example. Could could you could read in books or journals, written journals, about new scientific discoveries, and this was only accessible for a minority of people, for an elite, and you needed money to live this way, and the money of your parents, for example, matters. And today it's accessible to everyone, and I don't see why not everyone can be a scientist who has the capability to do so. And this is what Claire talked about, the how the internet impacts, or that she said no one sees the internet as a bad thing in the future, or most people will not see it as a bad thing. How it impacts our life and how we can make a living out of it, how we can live life and social media. She says scientists can have discussion about science or scientific topics on social media. She makes the example that Twitter, for example, matters, and this is how she does. But she doesn't make an example how other social networks contribute to scientific discussion, and there might be a business opportunity involved in that because okay, there might be a general business opportunity involved in that. The business opportunity in how to replace academia. And you can replace academia the following way. You you have to make the discussion. Science is very much about discussion, hypothesis, experiment. These are the main points of discussion, and you need education for it. This is why you go to university for several years, and there might be a system that can replace all these aspects, including the scientific discussion. There needs to be a social media component, an education component, and a way to allocate money for experiments to create scientific contributions, to make scientific contributions. There might be a whole system based on the internet that can replace academia. And you can make, for example, you can how to force someone to get educated, or how to the problem might be that laziness. You can think of every problem that is involved in the inside the inside the problem in how to re how to recreate the academic system. And you might can do it only on the internet. There might be a way only to do it on the internet. You can replace the whole set. You have to think of every aspect that is involved in academia, and then this can be the basis for a scientific revolution. When everyone that has the ability this is an allocation problem. Then not only the one who pay for it, who have the money to it, like the elite in the past, there might be a new way how to allocate the resources of the human resources to make scientific contributions. And you have to think of every aspect that is involved, every problem, and then you can find a way how to replace it. And if it's possible, you can think through it, and you can write it down. And might be a business opportunity. This is cost how to reduce the cost of academia to up to 90% or something like that. Good.